Hi, Scorpio. It's Lynn from Tinker Tarot. Oh, I just needed to light some sage and just bring some real clearing in here. I already smudged myself and everything, but I just thought I'd just light a little bit more. I needed to just breathe that in some more. Anyway, I'm here with your February 2024 reading. I've pulled the cards. I got it all set up. And the cards that jumped for you um, while I was shuffling, your first one is the Wheel of Fortune. And a Wheel of Fortune suggests that you've completed a part of a cycle, because the Wheel of Fortune is not the full completion, it's a change, a karmic change in the cycle. It was going this way and now it's going to go that way. And this is for the better. The Wheel of Fortune is always for the better. It brings progress, it brings enlightenment, and all kinds of things. And I feel like this is something that you've put a lot of time and energy in, a lot of your, you've put a lot of yourself in this, okay? You've really given this your time and energy. And so you're hoping for some sort of rewards from this, what you're putting into it, and you may still put more into it, okay, because you feel like there's fruit to bear here. You feel like there's fruit to bear. Okay, so in your recent past, you have the Page of Swords, the Eight of Rods, the Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. So, I feel like there was some sort of communication that came around that was perhaps, it could have been abrupt communication or said abruptly without proper thought put into it. And so, anyway, you may get some sort of communication that requires you to act quickly. You also could be receiving travel plans. You could have some sort of travel that you're planning on, and you're getting details, documentation, all that stuff together to be able to move forward with that. Okay. I also feel like you could be getting together with friends, celebrating. I feel like there's money coming to you, some sort of financial, I'm not, amount, some sort of success in a way financially to you. You're either going to get relief from something, you're going to complete a financial task, or you're going to get money in some way that really helps you. Jupiter brings a lot of success and luck. And I also think that you're trying to distance yourself from, perhaps from home is one thing. You're trying to get out. You could not, even though it's a beautiful home, and but you could be bored there, or there's something you're not getting from it at this time. So whatever it is, you're getting a bit of distance, and you're trying to fulfill some things in your life right now. Some of these things could be exterior to you, and some of these things are inner, to do with the self. So there's kind of a lot going on here. You got a lot going on. I feel like you're pretty busy too. You're very busy. And um you're trying to think about your options right now. You know, what are your options? What and I feel like you could be doing a bit of soul searching at this time. But there's something about the news or the information or something that you got that is bothering you. It's upsetting you. It's, you could be thinking about it here and there, and trying to figure it a way to fix it or something like that. But there's something about this news that is bothered you, because you could feel separated from someone. You could feel separated from a place, maybe you don't go to this place anymore, something like that. Like, I feel like you have distance from something that is home or felt like home. Okay, and so now you're trying to figure out your options. What can I do? Right? Phone, I put you on silent and yet you still go off. So in your current energy, which is probably mid-February, you have the Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Tower, Death, and the Four of Pentacles. Now, what I want to tell you about the Tower, I got this energy about the Tower when I was looking at it. And it's in the center of your reading, the dead center of your reading. And so it really is the foundation of this reading of your life right now. And there was something in your foundation, whether it was in the self, in your home, family, whatever, that was not stable. There was something kind of crumbling, kind of falling apart. And so now you're willing to let that go. You're willing to let it fall, because you want to build a new foundation, a solid foundation. You're ready to begin again, start from scratch, not really from scratch, but you want to build something solid here. Okay? So it's not really a sacrifice you're making. Don't get discouraged. It is a sacrifice, but it's something that you are willing to let go of. This is a willingness, all right? So, um so I feel like there's some sort of independence you're gaining here, strength in your independence too, and you're trusting yourself a lot more. You're building this trust, which brings the Tower. These are good things you're feeling about yourself. That's bringing the Tower, that says, okay, let's build a new foundation now. Now that you know, now you understand, now you're feeling okay with it. Let's build a new one. And you're like, game on, let's do it. Okay, because then there's the Death. You're willing to let this go. All right, and because there's a new horizon, that you're heading in a new direction with the situation. There's a rebirth happening here. Okay. And it's always good, because sometimes there's underlying energy in whatever the situation is, that wasn't out before, or wasn't put on the table, like that white elephant in the room, and no one's saying, geez, it's hard to move in this room with this white elephant, and no one's saying there is one, but there kind of is. And maybe there's more than one, who knows? But anyway, so, and then you have the Four of Swords reversed. So I think the old you would kind of get depressed, go and get your jammies on and a good book and snuggle up in bed and just, close the doors, close the walls in, right? But you're not. You're not. You're doing the opposite. You're getting out of there. You're going, I'm not going to feel sorry for myself anymore. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to grab it with both hands. I'm going to live. I'm going to live. It's funny I said that after the Death card. I'm going to live. You're not going to lay down and do that old pattern. So this is what you're letting go of, this old pattern, okay? Which is amazing. So to clarify that, you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Star. So I really love this because the Star is about hope, faith, having faith, even though you may feel kind of vulnerable. A lot of times in the Star, you'll see the woman is naked, and that's vulnerability, going through this change, letting something go that you thought always served you and protected you before. And anyway, so your curiosity and your willingness to be open to the new, to the light, is what takes you into the star energy. And don't forget, the star is that regeneration where we pour out the old dirty water and bring in the clean water. It's funny, I lit that sage and I said, I just want to cleanse, do this cleansing here. And that's kind of what the star does. And with the Queen of Pentacles is, she's nourishing. She's nourishing to herself. She nourishes herself, okay, first. And she, like a lot of times I see her making an announcement. She's sharing, because she shares, she's very abundant, so she's either growing, creating something, and she shares it. Okay, she has really good ideas and also can retain what she gains. Okay, anyhow, so also I see there's a devotion with this Queen of Pentacles. She is grounded. She can really stick with something, once she digs her heels in, she sticks with it. Okay, so that's what you're doing. You are also really believing in who you are. She's grounded within herself, right? And having faith that what you're doing, what you're moving forward, what you're growing is going to be a benefit, not just to yourself, but others, because you want to help others. The star card isn't a selfish card. It's for everybody. And when you do it originally, it may not be for everybody, but I think that it ripples out that way, because it's like you want to help, and so for that you get rewarded in some way. Hello there, G Star. Sorry, I've got the glasses on. And Arctic Jungle and Brian. Hi, Brian. Nice to see you guys. I tried to put on a bit of a heads up that I'm coming on. I'm trying to be a little more organized now, so so in the future, maybe near the end of February, you have the Two of Rods, the Ace of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, so these are the only two cards in reverse: Four of Swords, Six of Swords. Okay, so that seems like you want to begin on a new path. We know that with the Death card. We know that with the Star card. And we know that with the Tower. We know that's what you want. This isn't happening to you. You're deciding here. You're trusting that this is the right path for you, and here you are, you're going on it. But there's some sort of, there could be, you may need to make a decision on, could be a contract. It could be something at work, it could be a contract, it could be possibly about going part-time. You could go to reduced hours, or something like that. So there's a possibility. um I feel like there's peace talks also. There's peace talks here. And but I feel like someone's withholding, in these peace talks. Someone's not um they're kind of withholding in a way, maybe not willing to share, and this could be you know, not willing to share their time, their resources, their money. And so maybe for you, you could be saving up for something too. You could be really being a frugal with your money, and whatever you have. You're trying to use what you have instead of going and getting another one or a new one or whatever. So I feel like you're going to get really focused. It's funny because you go from the four to the eight. So in the four, perhaps you had something that was holding you back financially, and you couldn't really, so you had to be very careful with your money. You had to scrimp and save, and all this stuff. And then there's an opportunity for you to get very busy, for more money making opportunities for you, and whether they're where you are right now. So there could be an opportunity for advancement, for one thing, to do more work, or something that you can focus on more, something that you can throw yourself into, because there might be a certain amount of boredom with what you're doing right now. And you kind of like this idea because it's like, oh, I love this. It's really interesting, and you have to really get involved, and you might feel very passionate about this. And you're also able to start building your fortune again, building up your bank account, building up your resources again. Okay. After going through a time of not, like, you had half of that basically before, and now you're getting a lot more. And then the Six of Swords in reverse. Now, the Six of Swords is usually when we're moving out of toxic, turbulent waters into something more peaceful and calm. But I feel like you're not going anywhere. You're not that the situation's toxic or anything. I think you're just really busy. You're really focused. It could be hectic instead of toxic. It could be hectic. There's a lot of work to do. There's, need to concentrate, that sort of thing. So I don't feel, perhaps in your career or what you're investing your time and energy in, I don't think you're going anywhere. You could have been thinking about moving, or doing something but I think you're going to focus your energies where you are, because I think that you get something more interesting, something where you need to think. We all love challenges. So, and this is clarified by the Death. Again, this is the second Death card, and the Page of Cups. And so the Death again is about letting something go. We're not dragging this suitcase, this baggage. We're not dragging this with us anymore. It's like, I'm done doubting myself, or I'm done arguing with people, or I'm done with my fear of love. I'm done with whatever that is that you're dragging around, okay? And it could be with love, you know. It's definitely with um smooth smoother communication. Okay? You're wanting to open up now. You're wanting to be friendly, loving. Yeah, I think you're kind of open to relationship now, however that may be with you, whether it was family or friends, or possible romantic. I think that you're open to that and you're able to communicate it. You may be actively in conversations in this way, because you're letting go of that shadow that has been following you, that dark cloud kind of partly over you, and you're letting go of that. And man, it's like from winter to summer, it's such a difference in your life. It's really bringing a new shape to who you are, this beautiful foundation that you're creating. I want you to notice that even in this page of cups, oh, I got a little tiny itch there. One of your ancestors are around, niggling at me, probably to show you this. See this cement or solid ledge block. This is a solid block that he's sitting on. And so this is feeling very stable in emotions and willing to be vulnerable, right? Willing to you also might be vulnerable or willing to speak about that shadow period, that shadow, what your weaknesses or whatever, because that helps you bloom, that helps you bloom more. And other people might say, geez, I was going through that too. I totally get where you're coming from. And then this, creates the connections, right? So it might be your vulnerable honesty, beauty that brings you the very thing you've been seeking, you know? And it's that you're allowing to let go of that shadow, whatever it is for you, you know. Um, but anyway, so interesting, Scorpio. Wow. I feel like you have come to this part because we can all talk about, oh yeah, what I need to do. Oh, you know what I need, but it's the action that is the follow through, the taking the responsibility. And that's what you have done. And I think you've already done some work toward this. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. You're ready. You're ready. So you're ready for this new beginning and you're highly open to it. So there's a lot of great success here. Okay. I'm just so happy for you. Anyway, I hope this helps you in the month to come. And it also gives you some hope if you're struggling with something, if you're feeling insecure in some way. I hope this gives you some hope that you're on the right track. It might feel like the wrong track, but you're on the right track. Okay. Anyway, love you so much, and I'll get myself all ready to do the next video. I think that is going to be Gemini, probably Gemini or Taurus. Anyway, love you. Bye now.